Hello, my name is Rachel, and today I'm announcing the Golden Girls Readathon Round 12. So coming up in June, we're going to have our 12th round. This is the summer June round where we have our girls battling against each other as we read. So basically, you just read books that tie into the prompts, and then you log them on our form on the website, which I will have linked down below with more information. And the team at the end with the most points is the team that wins. And if you do win, you get a Golden Girls ticket that you can use on our next round to help you out a little bit. I've got our scoreboard and everything updated, so you will need to use a unique ID. I've got all these spreadsheets linked and formulated to where it should run on its own, but it won't calculate your points correctly if you don't use the exact same name every time. So I'm going to use just my name, all lowercase, no spaces. And I'm going to use it every single time so it knows which one I am. So if you want to, you can copy and paste it somewhere from your notes. Whatever you want to do, just make sure you're using the exact same username every time, because the top 10 readers are also going to get a Golden Girls Readathon coupon, even if they're not on the winning team. Now, speaking of winning team, Team Rose had the least amount of points at the end of our readathon last year, so they're going to get a little boost. All of us are going to be reading from June 1st to the 30th, but if you were reading for Team Rose this year, you get a little head start to give you a little boost this year. You get to start on Monday, May 29th instead of June 1st. The rest of us then will pick up in June 1st. And again, all this information I will put on our little website, which I'll have linked down below. So let's get to the challenges. So I have 6 common challenges this year. They're typical ones that we've used in the past. Number 1 is a book set or published in the 80s or 90s to get us in that Golden Girls era vibe. Number 2 is a book by an LGBTQIA+ author, as it is Pride Month, and these women are all well known for supporting the LGBTQ community. And number 3 is going to be a found family. That could play in as well if you're going for books for Pride. Because that's what these girls are. They're just a found family. They've created this family themselves. Number 4 is a book with the word girls or some iteration of that in the title. Number 5 is an old favorite, because that's what Golden Girls is for us. It's an old favorite show. So for this one, you're going to read an old favorite book. And number 6 is a book you think you're Golden Girl. So for instance, if I join Team Blanche, I'm going to go pick like a trashy romance novel because she would definitely read that. And again, all of this is up for your interpretation. I'm not going to be checking everybody's prompts, so do what you think works. So now, if you were joining Team Blanche, you are going to choose a book with an artful cover because she works in an art museum or an art gallery. Number 2 is a book set in the South. Whatever states you think qualify as the South will work, because that's a big part of who Blanche is, Southern Belle. Number 3 is an author that is well known, because Blanche herself is very well known around town. And number 4 is a romance, because obviously it's Blanche. If you're going to be Team Dorothy this year, you're going to read a classic retelling, because Dorothy's an English teacher. She loves all the classics. Number 2 is a book set in New York City, because that's where Dorothy's from. Number 3 is a YA or middle grade author. This can be somebody who writes both like YA or middle grade and adult. That's totally fine. But the reason I picked this is because she is a teacher and she would be teaching these type of books to her kids, the YA and the middle grade, if she was teaching nowadays. And then number 4, an award winner, because of course Dorothy's going to be reading all those, award-winning books that are just top-notch literature. Next up is Team Rose. You are going to read an illustrated cover. When I think about the type of books that Rose would read, I feel like they would all have illustrated covers. Number 2 is a book set in a Scandinavian country, wherever Vikings might have roamed. Again, up for your interpretation. Number 3 is an U.S. author, because she is technically from the U.S. She just has heritage outside of the U.S. Number 4 is a translated work, since she uses so many words that are Scandinavian based. I thought this would be fun. So a translated work for number 4 for Rose. And then finally, Team Sophia. 1, you're going to pick a book with some recipes in it. However, that is going to work out for you. Recipes included. Number 2, a book set in Italy. If you can't find one set in Italy, just somewhere in that region, that kind of Mediterranean vibe. Number 3 is a book by an author that is 60 or older. Since Sophia was the oldest of the 4 girls, I wanted to get an old author in the mix here. And then 4 is historical fiction, because Sophia is most known for telling historical fiction type stories. So every time I'm reading a synopsis for historical fiction, I can hear her going like, picture it, before I read the synopsis. So those are the 4 for Sophia. I've also included a little template where you can post your TBR or the books as you read them if you'd like to share on social media on our website. And then I've got everything set up on there if you kind of want to look around a little bit. I do have one more challenge for you all. I went back and looked. Last year in June, we read over 67,000 pages and 223 books. So I would like us to push ourselves a little bit more this year. I say we aim for at least 70,000 pages and hopefully 300 or more books. Do you think we can do it? I think we can do it. So if you have friends that you know that like the Golden Girls, pull them in, make them pick a girl, make them join in so that we can try to meet our goal of 300 books read in the month of June. And of course, if you're Team Rose, those extra 3 days at the very end of May. So that was a lot of information in a very short amount of time. I probably left something out. So if you have any questions at all, you can ask them here. You can ask on Instagram. However you want to reach me, that's fine. I'm happy to answer questions, and I'm very excited to start seeing some TBRs. Go ahead and start planning and get ready for our readathon in June. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in another video soon. Bye!